Hello from the future, editing Jordan here. Just to let you know that I forgot to mention there is a link to this puzzle in the description, and given that it's such a short puzzle, I highly recommend giving it a go. As you'll see, it's a fun solve, so I'll leave you to old Jordan. Well, good evening everybody, and welcome back to Apio Puzzles. And this has just popped up on Twitter from someone by the name of thatcrypticguy, and it's a 6x6 cryptic, so hopefully bite-sized and pretty approachable. I have no idea who this person is, or I've never solved any of their puzzles or anything, so I don't know how difficult it will be. But at that size, hopefully it won't take too long, and I had a bit of time and thought, why not? So it starts with a title, actually, Sneaky Six Number 6, What the Lion Does in the Jungle Tonight flows around lyrics opening. And I did process that before opening the cam. Obviously what the lion does in the jungle tonight is sleeps, and flows is seeps around lyrics opening for the L. And I think he made a comment in the tweet about having something to do with a lack of sleep on account of having a baby, but that wasn't going to stop him from producing a 6x6 cryptic. So I endorse that attitude, Cryptic Guy. Thank you for releasing this, and I'm going to give it a go now. So I think if I press resume, I'll be good to go. Hopefully, it was a bit tricky setting this up because you can't simultaneously have the puzzle open while editing the settings in the streaming software. As soon as I go out to OBS, it pauses the crossword, so I can no longer see what it looks like. But I think it's lined up. Let me just double check. Oh, see, that's the that's the problem. Yeah, I think you can see everything. Hang on, I'm going to just make one final check because yeah, that looks alright, I think. Okay, so we have this 6x6 grid, and you can't make a 6x6 grid symmetrical, except for in some extreme ways, like putting only clues around the edge and none on the inside. So this doesn't have the symmetry you would normally see in a crossword, but it does have a nice symmetry along the other, just along one axis, which is nice. All of the clues, all of the answers begin with unchecked cells. So the first letter not being available via crossing words makes them more difficult, but being that it's a smaller crossword, hopefully that won't be too much of an impediment. So let's see how we go. I see that this is being timed as well. They're tracking me in the background, so better hop to. So for a cross, needing no introductions, men, if bold, embrace. Needing no introductions, men, if bold, embrace. Okay, so that is enfold. I was looking in all the wrong places there. Wow, that's an intense an intense font. So we're just taking the introduction letters from off men and if and bold, which leaves N and F and old, and to embrace is to enfold. So it's a nice start. 5, this is a long clue. Good lord. The way a bird might eat starters of paratha, agate and cornbread, rejecting a slim majority of turkeys. I'm not sure what that is. So the way a bird might eat, I presume, is the definition. And if we take the starting letters of some of these words, we're going to get P, E, A, C, rejecting a slim majority of turkeys. So and the way a bird might eat, well, peck. well, maybe it is that. Oh, so yeah, it is going to be peck at. Okay, right. So the starting letters of paratha, eget, and the word cornbread, but and is not included in those words. So P, E, and C, and then we reject a majority of the word tachus, which is to say, well, a slim majority rather. So TAK is a slim majority of those letters. It's 3 out of 5. And I think rejecting is telling us to turn them around to give us KAT for the conclusion of that. So to peck out is the way a bird would eat. So this is going well, and with all these crossing letters, hopefully these down answers will be straightforward as well. What am I? A dog. 6. Question mark as well. What am I? This is interesting because this came up in a Liam Runnels crossword just, I think, this past week maybe. He had a clue with exactly the same concept. So what's his name? That cryptic guy is a setter, a crossword setter, and a dog is also a setter. So let's move on to one down. It's a reflex from sex. Originally, nobody's coming halfway. Okay. Well, maybe I'm tempted to put in sneeze, which is a reflex, I guess. Sex originally would be the S. Nobody's coming halfway. That doesn't seem to add up. And that was a bit of a rushed guess. Seems so likely with the S for sex originally. If that's not the S, now I'm going to double check this again, because it's kind of got the E's at the end of nobody. Nobody. And I've got all the crossing letters that I'm going to have, so I might go on to 2 down and come back and rethink 1. Lawsuits case involves shaken Coke with a teardrop, perhaps. So I think this is going to be Locket. Oops. If that had been a straight definitional, if that had been a straight crossword clue with the definition teardrop, or teardrop perhaps, I don't think I would have solved that. But with the wordplay, lawsuit's case is L&T, the casing letters of lawsuit, involving a shaken Coke, so the anagram of Coke in the middle, and a teardrop is presumably a type of locket. And 3 down, 1, or maybe not a type, or maybe just a style, in any case. One who makes changes rioted all over. Okay, so this is editor, straight. Hate it when they flick over the ones you've already entered. Rioted is an anagram of editor, and that is one who makes changes all over, is acting as the anagram indicator. So we're left with our sneezy beginnings. I should get that word out of my mind though, if that's going to derail me. Coming halfway. Well, let's see. I don't have any good ideas about how to process this apart from the definition of reflex. So I'm not sure what. There's another word for nobody. None. Could be if that's an N, and so half of that. I think it's sneeze. I'm annoyed because if I put in sneeze, I think it'll confirm whether it's right or wrong. And is that cheating? I think I'd rather do that and then try to figure out why it's correct. That's solved. Okay, without check reveal. Here we go. It's got annotations. Well, I'll come back to that because I would rather. Now let's hope it will let me look at it. Yes. Okay. So let's see if we can figure out why this one down is what it is. All right, everybody. Well, I have abandoned the cause here. I don't think I can understand why this works, so I'm going to check out the commentary. This was one down. So S plus ni plus 0 minus the RO. Okay, hang on. So the ZE represents 0, well, only half of 0. So nobody is acting as 0. That's nice. A nobody is a 0, and it's coming halfway, so it's just the Z and the E. So that leaves S plus ni. Well, I think that means that sex must in itself abbreviate to the letter S, which I didn't know, because the only way to get the NEE is with the word originally, and that must be what I think I alluded to, that maybe the word nay, meaning one's maiden name, is being used as a synonym for the word originally, so your original name. Wow, that's cool. I didn't know that sex could abbreviate to S. And nobody for 0 is a really nice one to consider for future cluing. Wow, so thank you, That Cryptic Guy. This was a cool puzzle to solve. I like the bite-sized idea. I hope that everyone watching had a crack at this. Definitely approachable. Some classy stuff. I think that clue in particular is really fun. And I hope to see more from you in the future. I'll keep an eye out for them. In the meantime, take care, everybody, and I'll see you all again for the next video.